Let's talk about the Maryland State Police and their decision to keep on enforcing a law that the courts have found to be unconstitutional. Hey there, Wolverines. We're going to get into the story in a second, but first we needed to do a little bit of housekeeping. First, I've been off for the last couple days because in December, usually things pop off, and things are starting to pop off already. I have 5 stories that I'm working on. This is the first of 5. The other ones you'll see either today, tomorrow, or the next day, but there is at least 5 stories, and they're going to pile up. All 5 have came to me yesterday or today, and that's why I took a couple days off to rest up because December is always a sprint. I am also nominated for a Gundy for Top Voices of the 2A. Yes, it is a glorified popularity contest, and I'm going up against a lot of big YouTubers with a huge following. But talking to Dark and Fly Rich, they encouraged me to go full bore for it. Their reasoning is that it would be good for the community, so that is what I'm going to do. I am going to go full bore and try to win for the community. And you can help me out because this award will be part of your award too. You can help me out by going to thegundys.com every day starting December 1st and voting for me for Top Voices of the 2A. I am also going to leverage my writing community to try to win, and if I do win, it will upset a lot of people, which would be really, really cool because I like upsetting people for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's just a trait of mine. All right, so also I want to win because I want to win for you guys because you guys are the reason why I do this. You guys amplify my signal, and you amplify my signal by liking, commenting, subscribing, and turning on all notifications and sharing the video. That is a little self-plug. All right, guys, now let's go ahead and talk about the story. Maryland State Police said that they are still going to enforce the handgun qualification license. Recently, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, a 3-judge panel, ruled that the law requiring a handgun qualification license to buy a firearm is blatantly unconstitutional and struck down that law. But Maryland State Police has sent out a letter saying that they are still going to enforce the HQL. The reason why they're going to enforce the HQL is because the official decree from the courts have not came out. When the court rules on something, they put out their ruling and then they issue a mandate which has not been issued yet. So the Maryland State Police know that a mandate is coming, and they know that they are going to be forbidden from enforcing this unconstitutional law, which also means they won't be able to prosecute anyone that doesn't obey the law. But hey, so they said until that comes out, it's going to be business as usual. They know that their law is unconstitutional. They know that this decree is coming out, but yet they are still going to enforce that rule until they get that from the court. How can you enforce something that you know is unconstitutional? And one of the things I have to bring up to the Maryland State Police is they took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic. They didn't take an oath to the governor of Maryland. They took an oath to the Constitution. And the courts are there saying that this Maryland law is blatantly unconstitutional. The circuit court, the Fourth Circuit Court, which is kind of an anti-gun court, but they did say that this law is blatantly unconstitutional. So you need to stop enforcing it, but they are still enforcing it until they get the official decree. What I think is that they are waiting for the state to ask for an en banc hearing, which means the full bench of the Fourth Circuit will hear it, and they are hoping that they will win the en banc hearing, and they are hoping that the Fourth Circuit en banc will grant a stay to the ruling until they hear the case. handgun qualification licenses are dying. We are winning more than we are losing in the gun community, and that is a good thing. Maryland Shall Issue is the organization that brought this case, and they did a hell of a job of taking down this law. No matter what other gun organizations say, NRA, they are the party that won the case. Maryland Shall Issue. So if you see other organizations claim victory on this or say this is a such and such bad case, all that means is they say that they supported it. It's not like they actually did anything. This victory goes to Maryland Shall Issue. So with that out of the way, what will happen if a gun store does not obey the law? They can get into trouble right now. So maybe that they should obey the law, but that's up to them. And if the law is continued to be found unconstitutional, they will get off. But if the Fourth Circuit stays the decision, they might be in a little bit of trouble until the final decision happens. It's a big risk for a gun store, and I honestly wouldn't do it if I owned a gun store because I don't want to spend the holidays in jail. But hey, you do you, I'll do me. So this just goes to show you that the anti-gun left and the anti-gunners across the nation are going down, but they are going down kicking and screaming, and they will keep on enforcing their unconstitutional laws as long as they can before being ultimately smacked down, which I think is coming. Gun laws are all unconstitutional. There is no infringement on your rights that is constitutional. If your rights are violated, your rights are violated. There is no, oh, we're going to violate your rights for the greater good cause. That just doesn't happen. The founding fathers were against that. So I see gun laws going down the tubes and landing on the trash heap of history, which is a good thing. I'm all about natural rights and human rights, and the right to bear arms and the right to self-defense, including against a tyrannical government, is key and paramount to that right. The Constitution does not give us the right to bear arms. I've said this many times, and I will keep on saying this. The Constitution is a document of negative liberties against the federal government. Your rights come from God, the creator of the universe, whatever you want to believe, but they do not come from the government. The Constitution puts shackles on the government. That's why I call it a document of negative liberty, because the shackles it puts on the federal government. The Bill of Rights does not give you any rights, so stop saying that. The Bill of Rights simply acknowledges the rights that you have for being a human. So that's it for today. I have other videos to film, other articles to write. I'm going to be a busy boy for the next few days, and just stay tuned. You're going to see a lot, so go ahead and turn on all notifications, because these videos you will see and these topics you will see before you see it anywhere else, because that's what I do. All right, guys, that is it. Stay ever free, stay ever vigilant. Vote for me at the Gundies. I love you very much, and I am out of here, Wolverine's motherfucker.